Okay guys, here's the next instalment. We're picking up on chapter 21 of My Immortal. Okay, AN. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong. Okay, cause da bitch Raven, cause it fuck you preps. 1. Whoops soz Raven, thanks for the help. BTW, Transylvania rocks hard. I even got to go to the castle where, I think it means Dracula, but it looks more like Dr. Cola. She spelt it D-R-K-O-L-A. Was filmed. No, semi-literate. Let's continue. Later we all went in the school. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He stated to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I started to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. Just a comment from me. He committed suicide and mysteriously came back to life earlier on in the fic, if you remember. More Voldemort in bondage, if you remember that. Oh, anyway, let's continue. It's okay, Enemy, Vampire said comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came to. Draco, please come, he began to cry, tears of blood down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, then fuck off. I think she means homophobe. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out of his black invincibility coke. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mrs. Norris, there, shouting angrily and flashing his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me? Who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded, and then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, because we were running away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting in tears and slitting his wrists outside the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess, though, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't that depressing? On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door and Fug and the Ministry of Magic walked into the school. Okay, guys, that is a very, very bizarre chapter, to say the least. How can you run in a suicidal way? Invincibility coke? Yeah, you can go to the shop, just buy yourself a can of coke, and supposedly that might make you invincible in some way. And also there's one other confusion here. Mr. Norris was actually August Filch's cat. Okay, so got it the wrong way round. Mr. Norris is the cat. Mr. Filch was the janitor. Oh, it's really not that hard. Really not very hard. No, this just makes no sense whatsoever. I've noticed that the quality of the writing as a whole appears to be going downhill at this point, so we'll see what we encounter come the next chapter. Okay then guys, chapter 22. AN. STFU, prep, stop flaming, okay? If you do not like it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris, it's Raven's fault, okay? You suck. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock. Prep suck. All day everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pyjamas. Then I gasped. Standing on front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a part of black spoofy shirt with lace on it, and black gothic boots that she was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like E. Gerard Way, and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all her cleavage, with a white apron that said Bick and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it, kinda like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace top thing with black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crab and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before too. They got all depressed and they became gothic and converted to Satanism. OMFG, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all there? Enderby, something has really fucked up, Draco says. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright, we have to go now. You look quiety anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, I said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in front of the window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudged there was shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You're too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person capable of killing Voldemort and she is in the school and her name is... Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. What the hell did I just read there? Oh, God almighty. It just gets worse. It really does. It really just does get worse. I mean, the misery of magic. No, it's the ministry. Leather pyjamas. I think that'd be a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest with you. All the descriptions of clothing. Oh. Darkness, who is Jenny? We haven't even been introduced to this Jenny character. It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crab and Goyle's dad was a vampire. So, does this mean that Crab and Goyle are related to Ron and I forget who Darkness is now, but they all had the same dad who was a rapist? What the fuck? Oh. You have to tell me why you're being all erective. That's got to be almost deliberate. I mean, really. Dumbledore, Cornelia fudged. Doris Rumbridge. For people who haven't seen Harry Potter, Cornelia fudged is quite obviously Cornelius Fudge, who was actually the Minister for Magic for quite a while. Doris Rumbridge, that isn't the right name for the character either. It's based on Dolores Umbridge, who worked for the Ministry of Magic. Jesus. You're too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You'd think as the Wizarding World would probably have some sort of cure for something like Alzheimer's. And right at the end, this is the worst part, the only one capable of killing Voldemort is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway. Yeah, she's just used to the entire reason for the Harry Potter fandom to exist in the first place. Oh my god, that's pretty bad. Anyway, let's continue. Chapter 23. A.N. Dut da fuck up, bitches. You're jealous 'cause I get 10,000 revows. Thanks to Raven for the help in telling me about Dabook's Girl You Rock. Let's go shopping together. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledore and Rumbridge sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. Oops, she made a mistake. He corrupted her. He means, hi everybody, can I come in? Well, we all came in angrily. So did the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco, and opposite Bloody Mary, Crabbe and Goyle started to make morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Vilvolo. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire? Draco? What? WTF? I asked. You fucking bastard, yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, you motherfucker, she loves me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat each other up. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. All the glass in the window he threw fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort! Ebony, Darth Vader said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou have failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou and kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before, then I shall kill Draco too. Please don't make me kill him, please, I begged. No, he laughed crudely. Kill him or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to comfort me. Suddenly, my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lighting flash, and then Voldemort come to kill Draco while Draco slit his wrist in a depressed way. No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly, I looked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, are you all right? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's all right, enemy, said Vampire, all sensitive. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed like in the Ring too? It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, Bick, I said sadly, and then we went. Ugh. What the bloody hell here? So you got Draco and Vampire fighting each other over Ebony. I want to shit next to her. I think they meant sit, but that didn't really go very well. Voldemort makes a sudden appearance, then get mixed up with Darth Vader, which presumably would mean Darth Vader, but I mean that's from Star Wars. What the fuck is Darth Vader even doing in a Harry Potter fic? Never mind. And she's been told yet again that she has to kill Vampire. Sounds oddly familiar. Yeah, it's a bloody... exactly the same stupid plot device as earlier. Exactly the same. So we're now going round in circles. What is, like, Voldemort's entire reason for being in this? Just to torment Ebony now or something? Oh... Never mind, let's carry on. Chapter 24. AN. Prep, stop flaming the story, you're just jealous. So fuck you, okay, go to hell. Raven, thanks for the help. Well, we had deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trevelry about the visions. Konnichiwa, everyone come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes. Her mum was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some right nail polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where do you get it? Hot topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? How about now? She asked. Okay. Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone, Professor Trevelry said, as she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany, she pointed to Brittany and some other preps. Please do exercise 1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried, is Draco going to die? Well, she gave me a black crystal ball to lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy wearing black leather facelet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt and a black Congress shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, cunt, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together and I was so exhibited. Oh. Right. So we're now introduced to a new teacher, Professor Sinister, also referred to as Professor Trevelry. I think she's got like 2 names for Professor Trelawney. She mentioned it was deviation class. I think she meant divination. That is actually what Professor Sybil Trelawney teaches. And I do know that in the books there is another professor called Professor Sinistra. So whether she's mixing that person up also with Professor Trelawney. No, they're actually 2 different people. But now, right here we seem to have 2 different names for exactly the same character, which is Trevelry and Sinister. Needless to say, Trelawney doesn't speak Japanese. She doesn't swear, she doesn't dress in a gothic way in any way. Oh. No, it's getting beyond a joke at this point. It's still quite funny though. Still pretty funny. Okay, I think that just about wraps up this episode. We'll continue next time.